Hey friends, welcome back to Garden Girl Studio. It's officially market season and we are in full swing. I'm not even kidding. We have had 5 markets in 4 weekends. It's been nonstop, but today's vlog is going to be all about our biggest event of the season, Ithaca Apple Festival. This is a 3-day juried art market that takes over downtown Ithaca. The streets close, there's live music, apple cider donuts, and rows of incredible handmade vendors. It's one of those weekends that really tests your stamina, but it's so worth it. This is a big market for us. We have to travel in, we have to stay overnight, and at the very end, I'm going to share with you a few takeaways from the weekend and our top 5 best-selling products from this record-breaking market, at least for us here at Garden Girl Studio. So let's dive in. It is bright and early. It's about 6:20 a.m. and we are on our way to Ithaca Apple Harvest Festival. I am excited for this one, but a little bit nervous too. The booth fee is high on this one and we have to spend the night, so this is an overnight market. So we're going to be analyzing this one to see whether or not it's actually worth the investment. I love this festival. It has a special place in my heart because I went to college in Ithaca, New York, and it's just a lot of fun, but I'm just not sure it's worth the expense. So I'm going to keep you posted. I'm just waking up right now, so I'm sure I will have more words later, but for now, we're on our way. We're about 2 hours out. We're going to grab some Dunkin' because our local favorite coffee cafes aren't open, and we're going to hit the road. Okay, vlog update. I'm in the car with Guard Dad, but we are having to take a back route because there is a ton of traffic. And when I say a ton of traffic, I mean here in upstate, we don't get a lot of traffic. And we were gridlocked. We stayed at a red light through, I'll say, I don't know, 10 minutes. Traffic was not moving. It's backed up for, I'll say, at least a couple miles. Lady in the car in front of us actually jumped out of her vehicle to take a smoke break, in the middle of the intersection. And then there was a tiny little when I think it's actually called, is it the coffee shack? Is it called the coffee shack? I don't know.
It's
like a trailer with a roof, and you can get coffee there, sort of. They wound up turning in there for a cup of coffee and their smoke break. We don't ever have this kind of traffic. Okay, this was I don't know, but beautiful views. Let me show you this foliage. So on the bright side, it's really pretty drive. It's just that we're taking back country roads to literally get out of that traffic jam. So, we were seeing cars actually driving 2 trucks pulled out onto the wrong side of the road to drive up further, 2 blocks up to go get around people. They were going the wrong way down the road just to try to get out of this traffic jam. We did not do that. We just slowly got our way out of it, and now we're taking some backcountry roads. What a way to start the day. We made it. We got through the traffic. It's about 2 o'clock. The market started. We got all set up. It started around noon, so we've been here about 2 hours, and things are going great. The sun came out. I'm a little bit nervous about wind, but I'm always nervous about wind. What else is new? So if everyone collectively could just do a please no wind dance for everyone, for all of the markets going forward, that would be great, because wind makes me nervous, but we are fully anchored, and honestly, it's fine. So we're going to be okay. I'm hoping that we have good weather the rest of the weekend, but we're off to a good start. I know that Fridays can seem a little slow, and I know it can make me nervous, but everyone's at work. And the really cool thing about this particular Apple Festival is that they extended the hours on Friday so that everyone after work can come and join us. So let's see how it goes.
Remember when you told me that I should take it slow, but I can't stay when the world is waiting. I'm too used to being on my own. Hearts will break, but I have to chase it. I'm dancing on the edge again. The wind is calling my name. I'm dancing on the edge again. This time I'm not looking back, babe. You can change me, you can tell me down. I'll leave echoes in every place I find. I'll break the molds with rebels mind. I'm a hurricane, a free-born mind. I remember
Okay, I am starving, so let's go see if we can find some food. Let's head out.
The only place I found where I feel alive and the stars will guide me. I'm dancing on the edge again. The wind is calling my name. I'm dancing on the edge again. This time I'm not looking back there. You can change me, you can tell me down. I'll be echoes in every place I find. I break the molds with rebels mind. I'm a hurricane, a free born mind. A free born mind. A free born mind. You can change me, you can tell me down. I'll be echoes in every place I find. I break the molds with rebels mind. I'm a hurricane, a free born mind. You can change me, you can tell me down. I'll be echoes in every place I find. I break the molds with rebels mind. I'm a hurricane, a free.
Okay, I just grabbed an iced tea. I went for a little walk and a little break. It's about 4:15, 4:30, so I wanted to get that all done and out of the way, run use the bathroom before the work rush comes. I'm hoping it's like slow and steady right now, which is pretty typical for a Friday, so try not to get into my head about it. Everything's good. We've been enjoying chatting with everyone, but I'm hoping that there's a little bit of a rush after work, so we'll wait and see. This goes until 8 o'clock tonight, so we have lights. I'm going to show you the lights once they're all set up, and then we're going to go from there.
You can change me, you can tell me down. I'll be echoes in every place I find. I break the molds with rebels mind. I'm a hurricane, a free born mind. A free born mind. A free born mind.
So we've got about an hour left in the market. Some vendors have already packed up, which sometimes can make it tough for the rest of us, but we're doing good. We still have a few people stopping by. I think the lights are really helping. Some of them are a little bit brighter than others, but I don't know, maybe I need to charge them more. We'll test it out in future markets, but I'm gonna keep you posted. After this, we're gonna head to Wegmans and grab some dinner. But yeah, we'll roll through. We're doing okay for it being a Friday. And tomorrow's Saturday. Hopefully we'll have good weather and it'll be nice and busy.
We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right.
Good morning. It's Saturday morning. I just woke up. I don't think I've even spoken today yet. So I fell asleep last night. I'm so sorry. I didn't get to recap Friday evening. Basically, I was exhausted. We had gotten up so early and it had been such a long day that after we ate our Wegmans dinner, I just pretty much passed out. Early start today. We're about a half hour away from the venue at this location, at this cabin. So we wanted to get an early start to make sure we have time to get our booth all set up in the morning. When we do an overnight, we zip up our whole tent, so all the walls are down, so we got to roll them all back up. We have to just put everything kind of back on display. There's not everything, but I usually take away my jewelry and just a few things that we need to freshen up for the morning. So we did pretty well on Friday. Fridays are always slower, but we made back our booth fee and almost our hotel fee, really, really close. So I'm calling that a win. That means that anything on Saturday and Sunday is going to be extra, which is at minimum of where we want to be. So let's hope that today's a really good day. I'm hoping we have good weather. I heard there's going to be a lot of fog. I would show you the view here because we're right across from a ski resort, but it's really, really foggy out there. Also, why we woke up extra early this morning, just because it's backcountry roads until we get to the main route to get to Ithaca. So let's hope for a good day today. No wind. Everyone do the no wind dance. And yeah, I'll keep you posted along the way. Okay, we're on the road. It's a little bit before 9 o'clock. I'm a little bit more awake now. The fog is clearing up, which is really nice. It's supposed to be a beautiful day, so I'm keeping my hopes high. We had a pretty high booth fee, so for us to, I don't know, get through it last night, that was a positive. So hopefully today we have a really good day. We have a lot of really nice neighbors who have really beautiful art. We're kind of lucky because there's not a lot of jewelry vendors around us. Yesterday we sold almost entirely jewelry. Like I would say 95% jewelry. Luckily, I bulk batched this week, so we have enough, hopefully. I'm going to have to restock before next week because next weekend we have 2 markets. So yeah, that's going to keep me on my toes. I'm sorry for the wobbly camera. We are on a backcountry road. Anyway, it's beautiful out here, though. I'll try to take a little bit of footage for you. I'm going to keep you posted throughout the day. Let's hope that today is really, really busy. Sorry about that. There was something in the road. So now we are past the garage sale in the middle of the country road that was blocking traffic. And we are on our way. We're headed in. And yeah, let's hope for a good day.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun.
So we just parked the car. It's time to go check on the booth. It's maybe like 5-minute walk, if that. But last year, things I didn't mention, someone actually defecated, like they went to the bathroom between our booths. So I'm excited to see what we find this morning. Should be exciting. And also last year, someone ran into the booths with a car, which is wild because the roads are closed. Like no cars are supposed to be on there. So kind of nervous to see what our booth looks like. I'm hoping there's supposed to be security all night. There's a lot of police last night, you know, roaming around, but you never know. So we're gonna go check on our booth and see how it looks.
The future is bright.
Approaching our booth. We have a big gap between booths because the booth next to us didn't show up, but so far it's looking good. Let's just take a peek between. This is us. We're all zipped up. Ah, looking good. All right, let's get set up. Okay, so there was no poop by our booth, but someone definitely spit on our booth. I can tell because there is actual mucus, which is gross. So I'm gonna go try to find us water and some coffee because somehow at Wegmans last night, we didn't remember to pick up a case of water. So now we're gonna go find some water and some coffee to get us going for the day. But other than that, things are started. There's people here, so let's rock and roll. Quick midday update. It's super busy, so I can't talk long, but we've had a great morning so far. We're about 3 hours in and we've already made what we pretty much made yesterday. So we even sold a mama quilt in yellow. I'm so excited, so I gotta get back to it, but this has been a fun day so far. Today was nonstop. I barely had a moment to just take a beat. I managed to find us some food, but yeah, it was just so busy. The crowds were amazing this year, and it felt like people were really excited to shop handmade, which just, I don't know, makes my heart super duper happy. So busy today. It is 5 o'clock. We're here until 6 o'clock tonight, although if it stays this busy, we're staying even longer. It's been an amazing day. We've had really good weather, absolutely no complaints. I have so many updates for you though, that like and tips along the way. I've been trying to note down so that we can do a recap at the end with lessons learned, but also just things that have gone well and things that like I would maybe adjust or change. So I am going to keep you posted on that. But yeah, let's see how the rest of the night goes. Okay, we just packed up. We closed up the booth. We had a really good day. Basically, we have sold as much today and Friday as we did all of the festival last year, which might be misleading because last year the festival, it was raining the entire time. Friday it might not have rained, but we'll see. We've had a lot of people ask if like we're coming back on Sunday. We were able to stay an hour late, and we have some really good booth neighbors who were also staying late, and that definitely helps. Yesterday people packed up early. We were supposed to stay till 8, and a lot of people packed up at 6, and that kind of hurt sales. But you know what, friends? Like, we stayed and we had some really good late sales. So if you can ever like, you know, stick it out to the end, I say it's worthwhile and it gives good value. Like, it encourages shoppers to stay. And I mean, if other people have packed up and gone home, then like you're kind of like the people they get to shop with. It's kind of like select your choice. So anyway, we're heading home. We're going to grab some food and start a fresh day tomorrow. Sunday's our last day, and then we'll wrap up and we'll do some stats and some fun analytics, and I'll give some insights into how the show went overall.
You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
Good morning. It's day 3 at Ithaca Apple Festival. It's Sunday. We're having a great start already. We've already had a bunch of sales. We're only been here for 28 minutes. So I'm gonna run and grab an iced tea and a little bit of breakfast, and then we're gonna rock and roll and have a great day.
Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right.
Okay, I can't believe it's past 1 o'clock already. I have no idea where this day has gone, but we're having a good time. There is a line for apple cider donuts that's like wrapped all the way down the commons, but it's a beautiful sunny day. We're having a good time. We're selling quilts. We're engaging with so many artists, and we're making a lot of fun contacts with local boutiques and things. So maybe that'll turn into something. I don't know. I'm keeping my options open, and we're exchanging information. So just nice getting out of my studio, but I'll keep you posted on the rest of the day. Garden Dad should be here soon. He's gonna help us pack up tonight. The market goes until 6, and then we're gonna take the long drive home and definitely get some sleep tonight. Okay, so it's almost 3 o'clock, mid-afternoon update. It's still super duper busy. You can see there's lots of people going by our booth, but there is a giant pothole that has been out front. I'm gonna say since last year, because last year was raining all weekend and people kept like accidentally plunging like up to mid-shin into it. As a giant mud puddle. Well, they still haven't fixed it, and this year people keep tripping and turning their ankles, and festival, like, volunteers keep coming over and being like, anything we can do to help, anything we can do for you guys? And we're like, there's a giant pothole in the middle of the street. Can we put a traffic cone on it? Because there's like, the local police and everything up here, and they're helping out with the festival, the city's involved, so like, can we just put a cone? We've asked like 3 different times if someone could just put something there so that people stop tripping. We've literally seen people fall to the ground. I think we're up to like 30 people have tripped and fallen with this hole, and no one has done anything, and I don't have anything to put there. It's not in our booth, so it's not like a liability on us, but I feel people that feel bad. But I feel bad that people just keep tripping and falling. So anyways, we've got about 3 hours left before we pack up to go home. We're having a really good day. I'm super excited to share the analytics with you. So let's just hope that no one else trips. Okay, so we actually broke our sales record this market with over $4,000 in revenue, which sounds huge, right? But let's talk about what those numbers actually mean. I rarely talk about specific numbers, but in this case, I think it's important to at least chat a little bit. Because while $4,000 sounds incredible, there's actually a little bit more complexity to it. It's not all profit. That was $4,000 in revenue. So without getting too like financially tight here and like, overdoing it, let's talk a little bit about numbers. So revenue is not just profit. The amount of money you bring in is not just profit. There are expenses and costs to going to these markets and to running a business. So the booth fee and the application for the show totaled $590. Okay, that's pricey. That's pricey for a show, but they bring in about 50,000 people, and this crowd is our crowd. Like, our ideal customers are there. They're loving handmade. They appreciate handmade. And so it's a good place to be. It's generally worthwhile. We also had to stay overnight. So we stayed about 30 minutes outside of town in a Verbo super cute cabin for $309. That totaled about $899 of expenses that were just booth fee and travel. This does not include how much it costs for me to actually make my product, like the supplies that go into it, the labor time, all of that, okay? So we've got nearly $1,000 before we've even touched product, okay? So 4,000 seems like a high revenue number, and it is. But just keep in mind that there are always expenses behind these markets. The Verbo cabin for $309 total was our best, most affordable option because most of the hotels in Ithaca were running like $250 to over $400 per night. And because this is a business trip, I wanted to try to keep our costs as low as possible. And I'm not even including food or gas expenses for the weekend, okay? So looking at it from that perspective, when a quarter, let's say a quarter-ish of our expenses before product match the booth fee, that's a tight number for me. And about the only way that I can mentally justify it is that they are business expenses. So theoretically, we'll be able to submit them as like write-offs, as business expenses when we come to tax season. But that is a huge, huge number. And again, that's not even including the cost of my supplies or my labor time. I know it's not always fun to talk about money and numbers, but I think it is important to know that like when someone says, hey, I had a $4,000 weekend, there are expenses behind that and margins are still tight. So just keep in mind that like, you're not alone. If you're feeling crunched, you are not alone. You're going to these big markets and you also have expenses. I'm here with you. We're trying to make it profitable, right? So we have to talk a little bit about numbers just so that we make sure that we are staying on track from a business perspective. But anyway, enough money talk. Let's get into some of the fun stuff and talk about the weekend as a whole and some of my key takeaways. First things first, I think after this weekend, I'm starting to realize just how much I'm maxing out as just a single business owner who is hand producing her product. So, I do have some help. Garden Dad helps me cut my bags, but like, I can't really rely on him to like, he's retired. He should be enjoying his life. Like I can't hold him to helping me produce or, Garden Mom helping me sew things up. So I'm going to have to like moving forward, if we want to continue scaling and growing our business, look into ways that we can either become more efficient by getting, more tools, maybe another embroidery machine. Maybe we need to start manufacturing, within the US if we can find a US based manufacturer, some of our products, just, maybe it becomes less handmade business and more, hey, this is the Garden Girl Studio brand. You are buying my prints, my patterns, my designs. That's something we're going to have to talk about and think about in the future. And maybe that's a discussion for another video. But in terms of scaling and me, I'm maxing out like physically how much I can make at these markets. And I'm finding that the more product I bring, the more will sell, which seems obvious. The more that you can bring and the more that you can make your shelves look full, I don't know, people are just drawn to that. Like they just want to shop a full, lush booth space that looks organized and like ready to shop. So if I want more product, I'm going to have to figure out how we're going to scale that. Yeah, definitely. Again, bring more product than you think you're going to need. We almost sold out of jewelry and I had doubled my jewelry inventory. We're going to have to double it again. We would have sold even more if I had more. I wound up taking some custom orders, which, reminder, bring custom order forms for every one of my markets lately. I've been having 4 to 5 custom order sales, which is another 4 to 5 sales. That makes a difference, especially when you're at the smaller markets, because it could be the difference between you making your booth fee or not. We have found that the full shelves, when our shelves are full, they sell better. So as things were selling down, I just kept, increasing product or like raising it up if it's on a lower shelf. We filled up the higher shelves, the shelves that were at eye level, just to keep things looking nice and full. Offer custom orders and shipping. I touched on this, but if someone doesn't see something exactly the way they want it, consider offering custom orders. Take payment up front. Do not let them be like, well, maybe I'll pay you. I want to, no, prioritize the customers that are going to pay up front. You know exactly what they want. Take detailed information. Take a way to contact them in case you have questions about the order if something comes up. And then you can offer to either arrange for pickup or in our case, we had to ship out because we were 2 hours away. This is totally worthwhile. Again, we had at least 4 to 5 custom orders. I would say it's worth it. You're going to get extra orders. If someone doesn't quite see something they want and you're okay taking on custom commissions, I say totally go for it. Traveling for shows is expensive, but it can totally be worth it. But it can take a lot on you physically too. So even beyond the financials, like traveling, it's a lot. Like we were exhausted by the end of this weekend just from like driving all the way there, setting up, running around. It's, dark at night. We went to Wegmans to get some food. Now we're making our way back to the cabin at nighttime, and making sure we're in touch with our Verbo host, who was phenomenal, by the way. But yeah, it was a heavy duty weekend. We were on the whole time. My social battery was running low. I'm like secretly kind of an introvert, y'all. Like here we're chatting face to face, but like I get zapped by a lot of social interaction. So like, I definitely needed some time to recover, but I think it was worth it. It's a fun show. The crowd is great in terms of like, you get to chit chat and, you get to talk to like college students who are just so excited about life and, artists. It's just such a vibrant community and I absolutely love it. So we made a lot of new booth friends. It was a good time. So I'd say all in all, totally worth it. Weather matters. Last year we had a washout, total rainy weekend and we still did well, but this year with full sun all weekend long, it was just outstanding. It was just absolutely amazing. The crowds were shoulder to shoulder traffic at points. Like the closer you got to food, the tighter it got. Luckily, we were like a little ways away from the food, so we had a little bit of space, but it was steady browsing the whole time, which is like chef's kiss, like perfect, like just what you want. And my next takeaway, know when to rest and recalibrate. I am finding that like I absolutely love markets, but it just takes so much out of me. Next year, I might scale back on the number of markets I do and just pick the ones that were just like a really good fit for the Garden Girl Studio brand, right? That are a really good fit for us. Our customers are there. They're excited to see us. We're excited to see them and just really focus in on those markets because the handmade aspect of this is just so much. In order for us to take the next steps in our business, we're either going to have to manufacture, find ways of producing products, whether they be like more digital classes. I teach a lot of classes online, or, if I'm giving embroidery digital files, like embroidery templates, I got to find a way to scale that doesn't burn me out. I think as a business owner, if you are in that boat, I am with you. So we're either going to have to manufacture, we're going to talk about it. This is going to be a conversation probably for another video, but yeah, just know when you need to like step back, recalibrate a little bit, take in all the analytics and figure out where's that line between I am working to the point of exhaustion and it's no longer worth it, and how can I sustain or grow my business in a way that balances my life and my energy and my well-being, right? So we're going to be talking about it more. Don't worry, because 5 markets in 4 weekends was a lot. It was a lot on the Lauren. I'm doing my best, but yeah. So be sure to check in with yourself and make sure that you are doing okay, because your mental health is totally a priority. Okay, I'm here with you. So without further ado, I want to talk about the top 5 bestsellers from the weekend so that you can see what products sold, and hopefully it'll give you an idea of what might work best for you at your markets. I know that I love seeing these top selling product stats, so I'm happy to share. Keep in mind that every market is different and my business might be different from yours, but at least it gives you some insights into what sold for us and, maybe something that might work for you too. Coming in at number 5 are our art brush rolls. I call them the art brush rolls. I might have to rebrand that because these are good for makeup brushes, art brushes, knitting needles, crochet hooks, your favorite spoons and forks. I don't know, whatever you like them for. We took a number of different patterns and chose our best elements from each pattern to create like our design model for this piece. Now, I wanted it to have a zipper pocket. I wanted that pocket to be big enough that it could hold a cell phone. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that it was a big enough pocket that it would be practical. They take a long time to make. This is one of the items that I might pitch out for a local manufacturer or a US based manufacturer if I can find one. They're like tricky to find, but I think I have some leads, so fingers crossed. And I want to see if they can take my patterns and my designs and produce this, because it takes just long enough to make that it's one of those, they're so fun and I love it. I think it's a good product, and now that I know that it's selling, I think this one would be worth possibly putting into production. So we'll see. Number 4 were our stickers, or how I like to call them, our art print stickers. These are always great because they are an easy grab. They're a low ticket item. We sell them for $4.50 or 3 for $12. And because they're bundled, it's easier for us to get those incremental sales. So basically a lot of small sales that are adding up to bigger numbers, which we love. We love a good bundle. So this is a nice little takeaway if someone has a lower budget, but they want a little piece of art without spending too much. These are waterproof, weather resistant. They are dishwasher safe. We have some on, my garden dad has some on like some water bottles that like, I don't know what it would take to get them off. Like they've been on for over a year. So they hold up well, which we love. We like the high quality. I've been getting feedback that they're doing well. So that's what we like to hear. Number 3, my woodland heirloom family quilts. I used to call them my mama quilts. I still do, but you know what? There are dads out there living it up too. So these are our family quilts. I generally cannot make custom quilts, not for prices that people are going to want them at. The cost of the material, like the fabric, the thread alone, is hundreds of dollars for, you know, a good like full-size quilt. These are lap quilts. They're a little bit smaller. The fabric is pricey because I'm getting it printed at Spoonflower. These ones are not my fabric designs, but they are designed by an independent artist from Spoonflower, and they are fabric panels, which eliminates some of like the labor of me having to piece a quilt. The real cost of making a quilt is the time. If I had to fully piece a quilt, it'd probably take me a week. This quilt would be thousands of dollars, and that's just not flippable. But because these are already like printed to look like they're pieced, I can do the high quality quilting that's gonna make them last and withstand the test of time. They are still gonna be cuddly and soft. I'm gonna use high quality batting, high quality backing fabric, but I'm eliminating a lot of the labor. I don't have to like actually put together the quilt top and make it look like patchwork. It's all done for me. So I can give a high quality product. I'm gonna have the stitching that lasts. I'm gonna have a nice binding on it without it taking all the time, and people love them. We had a number of colorways, but we had a minky option, which is like lusciously, I gotta say, I like the Spoonflower minky. It is luxuriously soft. I think we're out of our minky quilts. I'm gonna order probably some more because these were easy. It was easy to quilt up. Surprisingly easy to quilt up. And they are just so soft and adorable. And then we also had a classic patchwork cotton option. Classic. We're gonna have to stitch up a couple more. I still have a couple like in queue in my long arm room. So these ones I don't design the fabric, but I am a long arm quilter. So I have I know I haven't mentioned this much, but I do have a long arm quilting base. So a lot of quilters will bring me their quilt tops. I will sandwich them with the batting and the backing fabric, and then I sew them all up. So this just kind of shows off my long arm quilting, and someone gets like a little piece of love that they can bring home to their family for movie nights or whatever they might love. Coming in at number 2 are our hand embroidered earrings, especially our tree landscape earrings. These are so popular. I need to make more of these. The other popular earring are our little rosebud earrings. I'm actually teaching a conference on this. I will link it below. So if you're interested in learning, well, I'm teaching a workshop at a conference. Hello, Ellie. My dog says hi. Yeah, so earrings bestseller, gonna need to make more for next year. For sure. And our number 1 best-selling item were our embroidered necklaces, especially our landscapes. I'm finding that the round necklaces I make are just the right size, a good weight, and they're super duper popular. So I'm gonna have to make even more for next year because I think I nearly sold out. I only had like 1 or 2 left in the landscape form. So yeah, these were, again, our best sellers, and it was just like a super fabulous weekend. I'm so thrilled. I'm glad that everyone found pieces that they loved. It makes my heart happy to see all of my handmade work go to places where it makes people happy and excited. So that wraps up our biggest market of the year. Thank you so much for coming along for the ride and to listening to my, analytics from the market. I hope you found it helpful. I know that sometimes I can, get off topic, but I think as small business owners, it's important for us to chat about some of the serious financial things and then also some of the fun things like what sold well, what can we get excited for the next market. So I hope you found it helpful too. Share in the comments below what your biggest market tip is so that we can, again, share with the community and share our experience so that we can all totally grow together. If you enjoyed this vlog, don't forget to like and subscribe. I would love to have you along for this small business journey. Next up, I'm going to be sharing our 3rd market weekend, which included 2 markets in 1 weekend simultaneously. I'm not even kidding. We were in 2 places at once. So it's going to be a big one full of hot tips for how to be at running 2 shows at the same time. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, get those notifications so that you are ready as soon as that video drops. I think you'll enjoy it. And if you want to check out any of the products that I mentioned in this video, I'm going to be sharing my Garden Girl Studio shop below so that you can shop it up. And as always, I also share all of my favorite market tools. So thank you so much for coming along for the ride, friends. And until next time, happy creating.